Okay, and we are live.
We can't see this over here either.
Yeah, I will fix that. Here we go. Greetings, fellow Godless Rockers. I'm Steve.
And I'm Tally from
Montreal City!
Joining us here today is Steve Hill. Excuse me, where were you, Steve?
Los Angeles.
Well, that's as valid of an excuse as you can have right there.
He left us hanging.
He did. That's all right. So it's Steve Hill, aka Satan, badass atheist comedian, Satanic Temple organizer, former Cali State Senate candidate, and fellow Godless Rocker. Thanks so much for coming on the show today, Steve.
Thank you for having me, and I've been waiting and just anticipating having the opportunity to speak to my good people, because I know you got that Satan love going.
And we sure do. So in this week, we're going to be talking about atheism, Satanism, and there will be lots of laughs and more in this week's episode of
Godless Rockers.
Godless Rockers.
Beautiful. Also, we want to thank our patrons, Robert, Kenneth, Six Spider, Joe Davis, and Adrian for helping us make these shows happen. Please support us on Patreon if you haven't already.
All right. So, Steve, we want to play a little game with you to start out. It's called This or That. Are you down?
I'm down like going to hell in a damn...
You're going downtown in a quick elevator to hell.
I'm with you. I'm right here with you.
All right. Here
Power to the people. Let's go.
All right. So these, if you've ever played This or That, are you familiar with the game? You have to pick one or the other. It's do or die. You'd have to live without one for the rest of your life or forever, but one is your choice.
I am not familiar with the game in the least, but let's go.
Okay, so here we go. Atheist music or satanic music?
Atheist.
Would you care to elaborate? Just curious.
Yeah, well, they're into a lot of really, really heavy rock, acid rock type goth, you know, that whole, and I would like something a little bit more civil.
Mm.
Oh, that's true. Very true. I'm with you on that, totally. All right.
Wait, you guys know Shelley, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite atheist singer.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, she writes a lot of great songs. Of course, she was at our album release show with you.
Of course.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we've met
Hi,
a time or two.
Shelly, in case you're watching. We've met her a time or two. All right. Ready for number 2?
Yes, indeed.
This one's a toughie. Hot dogs or tacos?
Tacos. I would be lying if I said anything else. I'm from Los Angeles County. We have lots of tacos here.
Oh yeah, we're from, well, we started this band in San Diego, and they have the best Mexican food down there for sure.
Sure.
That was a bit of a sexual innuendo question, though, just for fun. So.
Okay. Well, I sound like I'm in the right neighborhood with tacos.
Okay. All right, cool. Number 3, here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
It's Lucian Greaves or Anton LaVey.
My boy, Lucian.
Lucian!
That's right.
All right. Do you want to elaborate in any way?
Well, he is the one that, you know how they, I'm gonna turn this phrase around. You know how they say, this is the person that brought me to Jesus? Well, he's the person that brought me to Satan. We had a conference in St. Louis, and I met him there with a mutual friend named Nikki. But anyway, long story short, I kind of told him that I would be helping with anything going on here in the Los Angeles area. And speaking of that, we have very good news, because that chapter is coming back, and it's going to be stronger and better than ever. We got rid of a few people that had parasitic. Anyways.
Yeah, we heard about that. It was like not a chapter for like a month, and then maybe became a chapter again.
Yeah, it went through a little reorganization process, and DST LA chapter will be coming back very strong very soon.
Well, we are so happy to hear that. We were like, what happened to it? It's gone. We were looking forward to maybe playing some shows or putting some concerts together, something really fun. And then we were all depressed about that. And then we heard, oh wait, it's coming back.
I already have that show there planned out.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, you guys gonna open for a reggae band that I like called Revolution. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them.
Mm-mm.
They're like a West Coast California reggae type band. They do a lot of cultural reggae. Not just saying some bullshit, but actually the lyrics mean something.
I gotcha. Are they more evil than us? Because why are we opening? Revolution.
I want the energy. You know that you guys' music put energy in the crowd.
Yeah.
I want that high driving rock sound that you guys got. You guys band kind of remind me of some of those bands that I grew up listening to in the late 70s. But yeah,
Once
I
your
like you
album,
guys to be there.
cool.
Well, I'm down.
Thank you. We're totally down.
Yes.
Yeah. Once you hear album 2, you'll be shocked. Talk about like driving. It is like super commanding. This next album is phenomenal.
Yeah, you guys had a cool drummer too. I forget his name, but I can remember his face.
Cabello.
Yeah.
Cabello.
Yeah.
I'll write that down. Okay.
All right. So next question we have for you on the this or that is top or bottom?
Okay. I'll take the top. Hey, Satan always comes out on top. Trust me.
Oh, good answer.
You won't give me one of those sexual innuendo questions again.
All right. The last one we have is for atheist comedians, George Carlin or Jim Jeffries?
Think about it. George Carlin is the coolest fucking comedian that ever walked on a stage.
Yeah.
Carlin, by far. And then maybe Richard would be a distant second.
Richard
Pryor.
Oh, Pryor.
Yeah. I heard that he was kind of like an underground atheist, but it's history now, so we'll never know.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Richard Pryor did a few revolutionary type things. There's some footage on YouTube where he goes into the ghetto just talking. Pretty deep shit for a comic back then.
Oh, very interesting. I'll have to check some of that out on YouTube.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's it for the this or that. Do we want to get into the actual tough questions?
Yeah, let's get into the tough questions
Oh.
Cool.
I think we set up some good ones for you, so we'll see here.
here. All right, here we go.
Oh boy. Let me tell you something.
What?
Yeah, go for it.
Please share whatever you like. We're just hanging out here, by the way.
Let's talk about everything you're not supposed to talk about. Race, religion, sex, drugs, rock and roll.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff. That's right.
All right, well, bring it up. We'll see. So, first we're going to
talk about Kanye. You want to start off with Kanye West?
Oh, Kanye. Going to...
Actually, I'd be very interested to hear what you have to say about Kanye before we get started. In a nutshell, by the way.
Let's just throw it out there.
Let's go for it.
In a nutshell, we have a lot, and I mean this. We have a lot of mental illness in our community. And we have, the stigma that is attached with seeking mental illness, because people think that if you do that, it's a sign of weakness, and that you can't control your own mind. So, they stigmatize it, especially in the African American community, with all that superstitious, religious, no man in his right mind would ever admit, like, maybe you need to get some professional help. And he sounds like he needs to get some professional help.
Yeah. I thought he just got drunk one night and grabbed the mic from Taylor Swift. Are we talking about something else?
No. Now he's gone to the Oval Office with a Make America Great Again and talked with Trump.
Did you miss that? What? How could you miss that?
Yeah, this is kind of big news.
I don't have TV, for one. And
it's all over Facebook.
No.
Like everybody knows.
I don't. Okay, I don't.
Let's say, Whitney Houston did have the best. No, I'm just kidding. That's bullshit. That's what Kanye and Taylor was talking about. Or you're talking about them having different political views or opinions. Which one you guys want to talk about? Well, I can go either way.
So he's for Trump? I'm shocked. I'm in shock.
Yeah.
Why? Well, I mean,
Why
why?
do you guys think like a rapper from the ghetto would want to be affiliated with Donald Trump?
Money, money, money.
Right. Now, guess what drives America?
Money.
America's politics, America's
Money.
lobby,
Money.
money rules everything.
Yeah.
So when you put an ignorant rapper from the ghetto, give him some money, put him in a position of power, give him a platform, have something where everybody can hear what he has to say, and he goes to the White House basically blaming black people for the problems that we're having. It's ludicrousy. He talks about prison reform. Kanye don't know shit about prison reform. That's what happened. He doesn't have the foundational information it takes to talk about prison reform.
I was reading that you worked in the prisons and things, so you have a firsthand experience of what that's like. So you have a lot more information. I'm sure Kanye has not done that job.
Oh yeah, yeah. I could ask him tons of questions like, why is it that African American males make up 6% of California's population, but we make up 48% of the prison population? I mean, there's a problem that's inherent right there. That's in the system. You got a fucked up system. You don't educate your people, especially if at one point in our history it was illegal for us to have education. And then when you just release them into these cities, you know, this is America. This is the richest nation on earth. No one asked the question, why do we still have ghettos? Why do we still have all of this hyper segregation in these communities where there's no hope, no jobs? I mean, Trump even said it himself. You can't walk down the street without getting shot. It's like living in hell. It's okay. Well, what are they doing about it?
You know, we've just lived in Portland recently. I didn't like it at all, but I gotta say there was a lot of also just everywhere we would look, it was a lot of homeless, drugged out, and here too where we're at in Modesto, a lot of homeless, drugged out white people. There's also Black people. I understand they have their issues as well, but I think these days it's also overwhelming amount of everybody. It's like the middle class got slaughtered, and there's these families. I see them come in all the time. It's so horrifically sad. They come in with a little baby in a stroller, but they're obviously gacked out, druggy, can't pay their bill, have issues. Their stuff gets auctioned away. Like I think it's just this is the state of the world today. There's a lot of poor people today in every place you look. There's a plethora. What's the word? Plethora of problems related to no money, no home, no power, just hopelessness.
It's all about the money. It's all about the money. Everybody has an equal opportunity to live in poverty and be poor and to work like a damn slave for, you know, not even enough to get rent on a damn 2-bedroom apartment.
No, minimum wage is garbage.
Yeah,
garbage.
I praise real estate, man, and I'm starting to see these stories now that people are, you know, they're getting pushed out of their apartments and their rents are going up, and you know, entry-level homes, people can hardly afford them. It's going to get worse. Up here in North Los Angeles County, we just have people that live in tent out in the desert.
Yeah,
it looks like what's that? It looks like Burning Man and shit, just north of Avenue I in Lancaster.
Yeah, except without the fun.
Without all the music and drugs.
And naked running around.
Right.
Cars like crazy. But yeah, it's
a sad commentary on our society, on human beings, on the whole sense of humanity. And then you look at this motherfucker that we got in office who cares about nothing but money. He doesn't want to offend China. He doesn't want to offend He doesn't want to offend Saudi Arabia. He doesn't want to offend any place. This motherfucker has made friends with the North Korean leader. What's his name?
Was it Kim Jong-un? I can never remember which Kim Jong it is.
Yeah, I know. It's like the fifth one.
Is it Il-un? I don't know. One of them guys, same creepy fucking haircut, you know.
Yeah, all he sees is money. All he sees is opportunity for maximum potential of profit for whatever entrepreneurial ambitions he has. And shit is all about trying to get rich and make money. When we got people down at the bottom is just trying to live, just period. They just want to fucking live decently.
They just want to
Everybody
eat a
needs
meal
food to
that
eat.
doesn't come from the government system of meals, which we've had to do before. It's gross. It's horrible. It's not nutritional. They send you like bags of donuts that are expired a month ago. You can't live off that.
I know.
Fuck that government system of government provided food. Like, it sucks. I know that's at least something, and people stand in line for hours. It's better than nothing. But it's disgusting. It's gross. And it is, like you said, this is the world that we live in right now, is like the haves and the have-nots. There isn't like an in-between where you're just sort of, oh yeah. I think people are aware of this like 99% idea, right?
Well, yeah.
1% have all of our money. And
yeah, but you know what? We got to get more people engaged, man.
Yeah, I agree.
By whatever means necessary, more people have to wake up, and Black people got to get off religion. You know, you guys.
Everybody.
Yeah, but you know what?
Everybody of every color should get off religion.
This country has a tendency to let the things from the ghetto and from Black people kind of set cultural extremes and find out what the populace will do. It's usually started by Black people. So if you can somehow get Black people to kind of wake up and start kind of, you know, revolution. Get Black people going, hey, let's get off. This shit is stupid. Why are we doing this? I mean, we're worshiping the same fucking God as a Ku Klux Klan. What kind of shit does that make?
Yes.
Yeah. And none of them were worshiping that God before they were brought here by slave traders.
Like, hey, did Christians pick up Christians? No, Christians picked up humans and they made them slaves. And you're the product, and you're still worshiping the same God
they
that the
told
people who captured you. And how fucking long you gonna be so goddamn stupid? That's why it keeps us from realizing the situation we're in. We're in a situation that, you know, we have nothing, we have no businesses, we have no major say, we have no advocates. They're weak. They're mostly pastors who fucking sold out to the system a long time ago. I mean, we don't have any pastors that's talking real shit about what we need to do, how we need to get education, how we need to stay out of these fucking penal systems, and, you know, and get jobs and be responsible, you know, and live a decent, clean life. You don't hear him talking. You don't hear him talking that shit. You hear him fucking getting exploited by these politicians all the damn time.
Yeah, I do think money issues is the root of all this kind of thing, because if you are getting to the point where you don't have enough money to feed your children or to move to a better area, if you're in like a gangland area, you need to move somewhere better for your kids to have a better life, and you just can't get out, and you are confronted by all of this negativity of just like being in a poor area. I totally can sympathize, and it's just absolutely awful. And there's not much you can do about that. You'd have to just, well, I don't know what you ever could do.
Well, you just don't have as many choices. If you don't have money, you can't get the education you need now. Some people can with, you know, different, like you can get a scholarship or whatever. But really,
that the percentage of that is so small. You can get a scholarship. So maybe you can go to play football a bit, but come on.
But most people, and most people are stuck, and they don't have a lot of choices.
That's why so many Black people died in Katrina. When Katrina hit New Orleans, a lot of Black people died simply because they couldn't go anywhere. You know, these people are too poor to flee. And that's how we are in a lot of these inner cities, man, with no tax base, you know, no money for good schools, even less money for good cops, good quality cops. They don't fucking hate you like the Ku Klux Klan. You know, those cops they hire for the inner city gets like a damn training ground for them. And then they go to other places, but they still hate Black people no matter what. Anyway, we got a lot of work to do, man, in these inner cities. You know, I sacrificed the nephew this year. My nephew was murdered in the city of St. Louis in February 27th. Just because that's where they had to live at, on the north side of St. Louis. It's like the worst murder rate in the country right now.
I'm so sorry to hear that. That's horrible. I can't imagine what that's like.
Yeah, but we got to fight back. I mean, it's like expected. black people, like, we have, just because we have the society and the system that we have, we actually like sacrifice our loved ones because of this situation, this condition of poverty and hopelessness and lack of humanity, basically, that they have in these inner cities. It's our sacrifice to the nation, I guess, because it doesn't seem like the system's going to change unless we have a revolution.
So let me ask you a question, and obviously it's really important that a lot of people, especially in your what you're saying here, a lot of black people lose religion. How is it that you lost religion, or did you have religion? Did you ever believe?
I never believed it. Never. I know I never believed it. I just never believed it.
Were you raised religiously or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I was
what religion?
Raised to go to church, Baptist. Still remember the church we went to, West End Mount Carmel Missionary Baptist Church in St. Louis. Yeah, I knew it was all bullshit. But around the age of 8, I had to read a poem, and it was a poem I memorized. But all I could think of is how stupid. I don't believe none of this. How stupid is this?
Good for
this poem is bullshit. All of these people that are going to church, I see what you motherfuckers do during the week. You couldn't believe none of this shit. So it was just all bullshit to me. From very early age.
That's how I felt. I was raised a Mennonite Christian, and I have this similar experience of sitting there in church or with things they made me do or sing songs that are Jesus. And I was like, this is a bunch of garbage. Right. I don't get it. And why is everybody sucking this up around me? I was so confused. Like, don't you guys see? Like, what? This isn't real.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's like being with a bunch of mental patients, man.
Yeah. All right. So, last time you were on our show, it was the "Are You Guys Satanists" episode. Just to change the subject here a little from a moment of break.
Despair.
Just something different.
Satan sure doesn't know how to liven up a show.
So we'll link the video in the description box below in case you guys missed it. But for those who are new to Satan, what is the Satanic Temple? What do you guys do? And tell us about Satan.
Okay, first let me tell you about me and the Satanic Temple. I used to be the co-chapter head of the Satanic Temple, Los Angeles chapter. And I had to quit. Make a long story short, I had to quit. So I quit, but I was still a supporter. I was still in contact and still spoke with Lucian. And now someone that I know and trust and care about and know that this person is a strong activist, advocate for like basically human rights. She's right now she's kind of taken over the chapter, and I fully support her. So we're going to bring back the Satanic Temple chapter because it was kind of dissolved there, like you were saying, for a little while while we get changing leadership. But I'm not really. I'm just a staunch supporter and affiliate, Satanist. But right now we're, kind of watching the chapter restart again. We've got some really good, strong, how should I say, stable-minded individuals who know what our particular brand of Satanism is. The more of an advocacy for separation of church and state. That is the goal of the Satanic Temple. They are simply advocates for the separation of church and state, and they're activists. They're good, beautiful human beings, and that's what we hope to attract to this new LA chapter. Bunch of active, caring human beings that won't just sit on their ass, but get out and actually fight the good fight.
That's great. We're so excited to hear that it's back going on again, and we're looking forward to. We're trying to relocate to the LA area, so hopefully we'll be able to join up and come hang out with you guys pretty soon here. I'm super excited about it.
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah, that'll be great. And just to play devil's advocate, well, you know what I mean. A lot of people don't really understand the Satanic Temple. A lot of people don't really understand like that. You talked a little bit about how it's about separation of church and state, but I mean, like, have you met Satan? Do you know the devil deeply?
What's he like? Is it cool?
Him? That kind of thing.
That's what regular people would
like,
probably
what's it really about? What is the Satanism thing really about? What is this?
Well, let me explain to you my brand of Satanism.
Yes.
For one, the way it looks like it's set up to me is you have a good guy and you have a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which is which?
The good guy gets talked about. We get to give people that follow him their money. People who are religious. It's always a financial thing at these churches. Especially, I don't know if you guys ever been to a black church, but you always have to give money, ATM, something. They want something before you leave. Trust me.
God always needs your money. That's never going to change.
God always needs money. He's the ruler of the universe, but somehow he needs your money, like George Carlin said.
Can't make all this bad shit happen unless we have your money. But anyways, I mean, they worship this God, and why doesn't Satan ever get a word in edgewise? I mean, when does Satan get to talk? Who talks for Satan? How do we know he's the bad guy? How do we know he's done any of this shit? I mean, all of this bad shit that's happening, man. We have wars. We have, migrant crisis. We have mass murders.
Mm-hmm.
If they couldn't stop that Newtown massacre, I mean, if he couldn't stop that, well, where is he? Does he exist? I mean, people need to start asking fucking questions. I got questions about Satan, but I guess what? I bet we'll never see him.
Well,
I bet we'll never see him. But how do you know? So how do you know he's bad? I say Satan is the good guy. The Satanic Temple, they have 7 tenets. Satan only has 1. Don't be an asshole.
Pretty much. If you look at the Bible, what did God kill? Like billions of people over all these stories, just billions and billions.
There's so much horrible shit in the Bible. I wouldn't go near it.
Satan killed like 6 people in the Bible. Like, which one really is the scary one or the bad one? I'm pretty sure that Satan is that quiet one going, there's a psycho right here. I'm just letting you guys know. Like, I wasn't pointing at you. I was pointing up. That guy up there is psycho. I'm going to hang out down here because it's safer from that psycho. Mm-hmm. And the Bible pretty much, from my opinion of these stories, it looks like it goes that way. So I agree with you. Satan's the good one, actually.
I'm wondering.
He's the humane. He's the humane one.
Has anybody ever asked? Has anybody ever questioned, or anybody tried to ascertain if Satan is a racist?
That question.
Because the other guy, it seems like a whole lot of racist people follow him.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, if they could let Trump.
Gee, I wonder why.
God is
he's pro-slavery. He's pro-woman abuse. He's pro-child abuse.
He's pro-genocide.
He's pro-genocide. Infanticide. He's
we don't know
everything awful you could ever be.
We don't know. Yeah. There you go. We don't know.
The evidence doesn't look good because God's all about slavery and genocide. He's like cool with that. Those things usually go together with people like the Nazis or
you name it.
Something like that. They were all about slavery and genocide, the Nazis. They were on God's side.
Yeah. Praise his name.
Praise Jesus.
Praise his holy name.
Praise Jesus' holy rape and genocide racist crap.
That's my brand of Satanism, man. Satanic Temple, they have 7 tenets, and they're pretty good. They're pretty good things to live by. They make sense.
They're humanistic.
Yeah. That's what I consider myself, a humanistic Satanist.
Yeah.
Atheist.
And atheist. Comedian. Don't forget that part.
Skeptic, non-believer, free thinker.
Oh, okay. So, sorry, I'm looking for more questions. Okay, so I have a question for you. Did we do the first one?
We did.
Okay, so how do you come up with material for your comedy routines? What inspires you?
Well, life. Look at what's happening.
Same thing you're talking about.
Look at the outrage. Look at the outrage in the whole fucking world. Not just your city or your state. The whole world is outraged.
The world is on fire, so to speak.
Yeah, we're like
from a rock song.
The planet is burning.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I should send him that song. The world is on fire, planet is burning. You could see for miles the fire flames. I don't know. I'll send you a song later.
Wow.
Just like
I wish I had a banjo.
No, it's not banjo music. It's a rock song. No.
But wouldn't that sound good with you?
No. Banjo never sounds good in any context.
A brother played a banjo singing Kanye West and listen.
No. But just for fun, I kind of want to buy a banjo now and have us do a Kanye West cover.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not.
No, but that's all right. So somebody should do that. All right, so here we go. Today, since we're talking about this, some of you may or may not know today's the last day to register to vote online. And you are a passionate activist in the political landscape, in case anybody hadn't caught that already, wanting to open up Pandora's box.
Not wanting to.
Yeah. Please tell us who you're voting for and why. November 6th.
In a nutshell?
If you haven't voted already.
November 6th will be a lovely day for America.
You're very optimistic.
Oh, I'm sure. I am so sure that I always keep my hand on the pulse of this nation. And I can guarantee you it's going to be a blue wave.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's right. You heard it from Satan. You heard it right here.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Satan has spoken.
Say Satan's word. I actually exist.
Well, the problem is that the Republicans actually exist too.
Yeah, but you know what? How many Americans can be so fucking retarded that
all of them, almost all.
Look at the last election we just had.
Yeah,
the word Americans. We have a reputation around the world of this thing you're talking about, of stupidity and just belligerentness. You are talking Americans, right?
Yeah, but I think Donald Trump experienced the perfect storm of, whatever could go wrong will go wrong. And for the country, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. The Democrats had a horrible candidate. We had people who, like myself, was a Bernie supporter that voted for Hillary. We had other Bernie supporters that disengaged from the whole political process when they couldn't, Bernie, they were felt like they were disenfranchised by the underhanded, dirty, cheating, scheming games that the DNC were playing with Bernie supporters and Bernie Sanders himself. And then you had Captain Alapo, Gary Johnson, and what's her name?
Jill Stein.
Jill Stein, who was also playing footsies with the Russians. You had them that, people didn't understand. It's a very simple math problem. Vote for Hillary if you don't want this clown ass, racist, misogynistic, rich, filthy, greedy fucking pig to win the presidency. We got to vote for at least we know she's fucking sane. She might be dirty and politically corrupted by the system, but at least we know she's sane, and wouldn't, make our whole country look like we look right now in the face of the world. But that situation happened. She actually won by 3 million votes, but because we have an antiquated political system and this electoral college bullshit that they were using to, that goes back to the whole 3/5 of a person as far as voting thing and how they, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the electoral college, but it needs to go. We need to have a true democracy, one man, one vote. I think the preponderance of the evidence, this country is not that fucking stupid.
I don't know.
Well,
why could one be better than the other?
Well, it's just a really simple problem. If every vote is counted, and that's who wins. Then whoever got voted for the most wins. The electoral, it's pretty simple. The reason the Electoral College exists is because a lot of small states felt like they wouldn't be represented if it was that way. So to kind of balance out the votes between the states and the entire country and give the states their power, that's what was agreed upon as far as I understand it. Now, antiquated or not, I do agree it's antiquated. I don't think it's going anywhere because to change anything in this country takes so long. But I think when we look at the votes of what happened, of course, with Trump and Hillary, it's pretty obvious that there wasn't anything special about the amount of votes that Trump got. He got what was pretty standard for a Republican candidate. But what happened is a lot of people didn't show up.
Just what I was ready. Just as you're ready. There was like 42% of eligible voters who didn't bother to fucking vote.
I could see that. I personally voted for Hildebeest, and I called her that because I didn't really want to. I just didn't want the other.
Right. Well, it was my vote. A lot of people did it.
Begrudgingly voted. And then a lot were like, screw it.
I wanted Bernie, but that wasn't going to happen.
I did too, except for the fact that he probably would be dead the next year. I'm so old.
He's still around now.
I'm sick of old, especially old white men. I'm just sick of them. Get out. Get out. Where's like a 40-year-old? I liked Obama. I'm sorry I did.
I like Kamala Harris. You guys familiar?
No idea who that is.
Yeah, she was a California State Attorney General.
Okay.
She was doing some of the questioning of Kavanaugh.
Kamala Harris. I will look it up. Yeah. I've got a list now here after our conversation of stuff.
Yeah, I met her when I ran in 2016. I have pictures. She's nice. She's a nice, strong, smart lady, man.
Very cool.
Well, I gotta say I'm feeling optimistic because things have been so fucked since the last election. I think you're probably right, but that just depends on people actually showing up and voting.
Yeah,
I think they will. I think at some point young people are going to get engaged, especially after that shooting at Stoneman Douglas. Hopefully they'll wake some kids up, some younger people between 20 and 35 to vote.
Absolutely. All right, it's like the MTV Rock the Vote bus. Remember that?
Boy, do I.
Those got to get back out on the streets. I don't know if they even exist anymore. That was like 20 years ago.
Rock the Vote Ubers or something.
Anyway. Yeah, all right. So we're about to wrap it up here a little bit. Just have another question for you. So we want to know, and our fans who watch our show, I'm sure would want to know from you, like, what are you up to these days? Are there any comedy specials coming out soon? Where can they see you, or how can they help your cause?
Man. Well, I just returned from last weekend. We did the California Free Thought Day. Mm-hmm. We do that. It's kind of like a one-day conference. We have speakers, and we had Graydon Square this year's musical entertainment. I was the MC. We had speakers. We had the guy that started the California Free Thought Caucus. Mm-hmm. Came and accepted an award. I forget his name, but I got it on my Facebook. I have pictures with him. But that was a great conference. I was hoping you guys could be there. Let's see, we're getting TST LA chapter back on track. That's a big thing.
Nice.
That's a big thing right now, because it's going to be. It's the person that I know that's running it is more mature, more steady type of individual.
And hopefully we'll be down there too about the time they get that up and running, so we can.
Yeah. Hope you guys can. We want to
help.
So we can.
I want to help plan events.
Yeah.
And just be like, we're playing.
LA's the entertainment capital of the world, basically.
Yeah.
So we're gonna definitely have events, and we could use people with your energy to help get things straight.
Well, we definitely would love to be a part of it. We're trying to get down to LA. We've had a little bit of a setback since the last time we spoke, and we're in Northern California now. So
he's in Palmdale. Are you still in Palmdale?
Yep, been here for 28 years.
We almost moved there, remember?
Yeah, we almost moved there.
Almost. We're looking for a place to transfer our job to.
Yeah.
We work together, so we have to transfer our job together. So it's a little harder to find work, but we're looking to go within an hour drive of LA, and that's pretty much right there.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Probably have some of the most affordable real estate, and still be in close proximity to a large city.
Yeah.
In California. So, a lot of people move here because of the affordable housing and the proximity to goods and services and entertainment.
If we move there or close to you, would you train me to be an appraiser in real estate?
Oh, I plan on retiring for this. I don't plan on doing this.
Can you pass the torch to me? I grew up in real estate. I know all about everything. I did mortgage loans. We should talk later. Let's talk later.
We'll talk.
But I've always thought being an appraiser would be a really cool job. Anyway, yes, we'll talk later about that. So that's pretty much it, Steve. Do you have anything else you would like to say, or any questions for us?
Yeah, you have some questions for us?
Yeah. And when you come to LA, when are you coming to LA? When you come to LA, what is your field of expertise?
Well, it is when we're not talking about rock bands, storage.
We work in the storage business.
Yeah, we work in storage business. So we don't know when
mini storage, stuff like that.
Yeah. They have a ton of those around here for sure.
Yeah, we're looking for either a transfer or a new job, either way, to get kind of down there.
Yeah.
So we have no clue, but we're thinking probably within the next year.
I know a lot of political people. I have a small business, so I work in the business world. I get to meet a lot of people. So if I run across any of those owners, I'll let you know.
Right on.
Oh, sweet. All right. So that's pretty much it then, yeah?
Yeah, that's it. So let's wrap it up.
So thanks again, Steve, for being a part of the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Next time I'll come back as my alter ego, Frederick Douglass.
Right on.
I will have to research who the heck that is.
That's he's kind of famous 1860s type of dude.
Abolitionist,
yeah,
orator, speaker,
yes. Sounds sexy.
Spoke to some people that you might have heard of, like Abraham Lincoln, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Robert Ingersoll. Yeah. Trump still think he's alive.
Yeah.
I think Trump was going to invite him to the White House.
What's that?
I think Trump was going to invite him to the White House. He thought that was still alive.
I don't think that was ever going to happen, ever. I bet if there was pictures of Frederick Douglass in the White House, Trump probably had him taken down.
Yeah, I don't think he'd ever made it.
All right. So if you guys want to learn more about Steve Hill, please check out his website, stevehillcomic.com.
Oh, yes. It's me now?
It's okay.
I'm on Instagram.
I'm on Twitter. Instagram and big time on Twitter, I noticed. Yes.
Not that. Yeah, sometimes. But mostly I'm on Facebook, where I'm maxed out on friends.
Facebook.
And Instagram. But yeah.
All right.
Thank you guys for having me, though. Appreciate talking to you.
Thank you much. And then also we have below music, merch, and more in our online store in the description box below. Check it out. We've got a
promo code, Fuck God, but get the details down below.
All right.
Get a discount on our merch and CD and everything.
Yes, please do.
And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode. And until next time, we're Monsters Together! Thanks for joining us on Godless Rockers.
Yes.
Bye, Steve. Love
Bye-bye.
you. We'll see you next time.